Hello. My name is IJ Onuibo. You can follow me on Facebook on IJ Onuibo, also on Instagram, IJ Onuibo. Um, I also have a YouTube page, although I don't maintain it as much as I would like to. It's been a while that I made a video last because I felt like um, I have put out all the important messages that I had for Nigerians. But I've been seeing some patterns lately in the behaviors of the Nigerian people, especially the Christians. And I felt like I need to say something from my heart. And this message is for the pastors, Nigerian pastors, and Nigerian Christians. It is very disturbing to me that while the Islamic community in Nigeria are advancing in their agenda to Islamize the country, the Christian church leaders of Nigeria are busy peddling in self-preservation, misleading the members, building church world empires, and doing everything except living the life of Christ. No wonder Nigeria is fast becoming a Fulani and Islamic colony. It is very pathetic that the Nigerian church have degenerated to selfishness and self-servitude. It seems that the so-called pastors now preach more of or only those things that keep people fearful of them and things that keep people subject to them in negative ways. I have been noticing the negative patterns of the Nigerian church and have wanted to speak out on it, but kept pushing it aside until today when I saw Pastor Chris Oyakilome preaching that people should not say anything negative about pastors because it brings curses on them. I believe it was his response to the currently trending church rape cases. I am very disappointed. Where in the Bible did it say that people should not speak up on evils going on in the church? If that was the case, Jesus Christ would not have turned over the tables of the people buying and selling for profit in church. And speaking of that, Pastor Suleiman recently announced that he would start a commercial airline. Since when did the church become a business organization for profit making? You have so much money to create a commercial airline, and yet I have Christians in Nigeria asking me for transportation money to allow them run around and look for employment. I'm in America. What are you churches good for in Nigeria if your members are jobless and cannot even come to you to get little monthly stipends to live or run around for employment, to find employment, while you travel coast to coast in private jets? It is quite a shame. Jesus Christ definitely did not live that way. Then recently, about a few weeks ago, I took a picture on my way to church and posted it on my Facebook. The picture showed almost like this, showing a little bit of my chest. And I was shocked to get strange group of uncountable churchgoers from Nigeria attacking me for wearing something like that to church. And I was thinking, wait, how are they thinking like that? I was horrified at the mindset of the Nigerian Christian, which seemed to have turned into a zombified state, always pounding on the law, looking for sin, and forgetting the true life of Christ, which is grace all through. What planet in the 21st century do people care so much about what a woman wears to church more than they care about people getting killed all around them? Excuse me. I felt hopeless for the naivety and negative minds and focus on the wrong things shown by their utterances. Something is wrong with you if you go to church to focus on what a person is wearing instead of focusing on the spirit, worship, and learning and being kind to your fellow human being. Then, like a week after that occurrence on my Facebook wall, I saw a viral video of the lady pastor at the Church on the Rock, I believe that's what it's called, Miss Adefarasin. She was preaching about ladies that dress seductively to church, and it was so apparent that it was coming from a heart full of insecurity and hate, like one that is afraid that her husband would notice other ladies, and she was trying to make sure they didn't dress nice enough for her husband to notice. The message she was preaching was so full of hate and negative emotions that it had nothing to do with the grace of Jesus Christ she should have been showing through her words. Lady, you were very wrong for displaying your jealous and insecure emotions as a message to the people of God. Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You were extremely demeaning of the ladies in your church through your condescending words filled with jealous and angry emotions. You need to watch your message again to notice how disgraceful you looked and sounded, despite the fact that your members, followers were applauding you. They don't know better. You fill their minds and brains with this useless messages, unhelpful messages. So that's all they vomit everywhere they go. I'm sure some of those on my Facebook wall came from your church. But wise Christians could see through you. You cannot force people through your words to dress how you like. You said you dress seductively at home, but not to church. So how are you better than the person who dressed that way outside? Just because you sin in secret does not make you better than the person who sinned in the open. And let me tell you, your whole message on that subject did not help anybody. It rather condemned people, and condemnation is not in line with the message of Jesus Christ. This Ruga activity, Fulanization of Nigeria going on today, is a wake-up call to the church. The church is one of the reasons it has gotten to this extent, because the church have ignored their duties and rather focused on carnal and worldly things. maintaining and building world empires. You are on the wrong track, church. And I have to say that the sins of the Nigerian church is worse or equal to the sins of the government and the Nigerian masses. Church leaders. How can people be jobless, hungry, and homeless, and the leaders of the Church of God are more interested in enriching themselves with money, flashy cars, multiple planes, just for one person? And then on the other side of it, their wives are more worried about other women looking good, that their husband might take notice. It is very disgusting. If the Fulani invades your church today, lady, another woman looking good to your husband will be the least of your troubles. You are busy enriching yourselves while Buhari is busy Islamizing Nigeria. If you continued on this path, very soon you will no longer have the Christian religious freedom in that country. And you may be forced to give up all your material, worldly, and carnal goods. What does it profit a man? What does it profit you if you gain the whole world while your members languish in poverty and lack of knowledge of the true word of God? The Bible calls you brood of vipers and asks, how can you escape the judgment of hell? Change your ways and seek forgiveness and the face of God, because the wrath of God is after your evil ways in that country. You will have yourselves to blame. You will be the reason that Islamization and Fulanization of Nigeria succeeds. You will be the reason that Christianity will go extinct in Nigeria.